How do y'all like the baby doll?
He just wants to absolutely screw me up from the get-go. Now, this is what happens.
I like.
Mission accomplished. Okay, y'all have a good day. Bye. He does this to me.
I just like to play. It's not like a sinister act or anything. I'm just teasing. I'm just playing around.
Yes, but I'm easily confused these days.
Me too. Of course, then again, the three-way mirror joke.
For today's cup of coffee, we're going to be talking about frustration and possible
homicide,
contemplation of murder.
Homicide.
Actually, it does sort of go along with that.
Yeah.
And I found this article on Grunge, and it's written by Alice Minium, which I kept wanting to call it something else, but it's Minium.
I have never heard of that name
and
before.
This was written April the 12th of 2022, and it's written in a very cheeky way, which I don't know that I necessarily appreciate that, but I'm just going to read most of it as is.
Cheeky as in like a rude, jokey way, or is it supposed to be
it depends on how you take it. I mean, it can be taken either way. And the article is entitled Inside eBay's Underground Haunted Doll Economy. And this is something that Kid knows a great deal about.
Because I have spent many of hours scouring eBay and Etsy for haunted dolls.
Yeah, he has. And so this lady, she writes, America's most famous online marketplace has semi-standard legal disclaimers, and the site also takes the time to expressly prohibit users from selling their souls. I didn't know that was a thing.
What?
It says, so if you're in the market for a soul, presuming souls of the new or refurbished variety are simply out of your price range, it makes sense to visit eBay as your premier destination for spiritual goods.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Although eBay expressly banned selling spells, curses, or charms in 2012, as CNET noted, the paranormal section of the site is just as richly well stocked. It says, but what exactly are you buying, and how does it even work? Welcome to the weird world of eBay's haunted doll economy.
Yeah.
First and foremost, let's review the vernacular of the spirit doll world and examine a few case studies. The following results are drawn from eBay's paranormal section, and any curses thereby attached to these ads must hereby be severed so both the author and the reader may be free from its plight.
So basically that means they have to put a disclaimer saying they are selling a physical object, the doll in question.
We get into all that. He's excited because he knows he's done this for years.
I was in the ER looking at this haunted doll, haunted doll, and I still haven't got him, and I think he sold him. I'm upset.
And it says that the haunted dolls, sometimes referred to as spirit dolls, and that's what eBay and the New Yorker call them, are said to contain spirits. And these spirits are usually dead children or tortured adults who live tragic lives.
Not tortured adults. That's no.
Would you just let me read this, and then you can do your thing. It says, empirical evidence suggests that a large number of these children mysteriously died in fires. Their families were sometimes plagued by famine, eerie weather, or visited by strangers on the night of their deaths. Other frequent causes of these spirits' corporeal demise include violent murder, assault by axe, acts of suicide induced by heartbreak, strangulation by a step-parent, graphic scenarios involving abuse gone too far, and drowning. Although the bodies once worn by these spirits have already surrendered to the earth, the spirits of these dead beings are said to still be with us. Living people can, presumably, commune with these spirits of the not quite departed through the vessels they inhabit, in this case dolls. It's claimed that you can befriend these spirits, commune with them via rituals, use them to channel the great beyond, or otherwise interact with them through these ceramic, cotton, plastic, or porcelain figures referred to by many monikers but often dubbed haunted dolls. I told you she wrote this in a cheeky way, and actually it is pretty good.
Funny. I like the way that she's writing this so far.
The ideal haunted doll product description is a succinct yet richly illustrated 3-part episodic narrative. First, the seller shares the story of the child or adult who has died. Second, the child's background and circumstances of the death are then followed by a general description of their character and personality, such as playful, mischievous, friendly, sociable, and so on. Premium sellers may include additional details of the doll's powers, perhaps the ability to turn off lights, interrupt Wi-Fi, or telekinesis. If applicable, sellers may note the doll's preferred mode of magical communication, perhaps pendulums. Last but not least, product listings must end with eBay's mandatory disclaimer or some variation of its legalese, such as eBay forbids the sale of intangible items. This listing is only for a tangible doll with no promise of any spirit attached. It says a quick perusal of eBay's psychic and paranormal section listings will provide hundreds of examples of these bite-sized ghost stories packaged for the world of e-commerce. Now, one eBay store operated by seller U/C Shell Blessings includes over 40 product listings with haunted doll in the title. This seller is not a strict adherent of paranormal parallel structure, but they do include the basic spirit doll origin story outlined previously. For example, per product descriptions from U/C Shell Blessings, their inventory includes the following. Haunted doll Krista was a 70-year-old nurse with brittle bones, asthma, and diabetes. Haunted doll Edith, who actually does look pretty haunted, enjoys crossword puzzles and Pall Mall cigarettes.
Edith is one of the famous haunted dolls off of eBay, and I want to know who snagged her.
Haunted doll Clementine was a 33-year-old houseless woman. So when did the term change from being homeless to houseless?
She must have just changed it.
Supposedly, her spirit departed her body when a car crashed into the side of the city overpass where she slept. Clementine then confined herself to the spiritual vessel of a saran-haired doll and became Haunted Doll Clementine for the rest of eternity. Haunted Doll Clementine is available on eBay for $23.50 or best offer.
No longer.
Expedited shipping is available for $9 and ships within 4 days to all United States customers.
She is no longer available. She was bought out by someone.
Okay. It's fair to say the world of haunted dolls is not a destination for the faint of heart. However, it's got to be pretty harmless, right? Not so according to South Yorkshire resident Debbie Merrick. In 2017, Merrick appeared on the UK morning talk show This Morning in a segment titled My Haunted Doll Attacked My Husband. And supposedly you can go on YouTube and find this interview. Yep. Merrick's saga began when she purchased 3 dolls on eBay, one of which she claimed was haunted. Merrick told interviewers the doll had removed its own necklace, triggered a smoke alarm, appeared in locations where she had not left it, and even reportedly scratched her husband. British tabloids, including The Sun and the Daily Mail, granted Merrick's haunted doll story extensive national coverage. After Merrick's moment in the spotlight, she decided to rid herself of the offending spirit doll by selling it on eBay herself. In August of 2017, the Daily Mail reported that a South Yorkshire paranormal enthusiast purchased the doll from Merrick for £866, which translates to about 1,132 American dollars. Regardless of the credibility of Merrick's story, the buyer's accounts or the legitimacy of spiritual dolls as metaphysical containers, this doll's buyer also claimed the doll was inflicting injury and misbehaving.
Yes.
And for some reason, he was keeping the thing next to his bed. Why would you do that?
That's stupid.
Now you can put your spin on all this.
First of all, not all of them fucking die of tragedy. Literally, the other day, it was a grandma ghost. She died of natural causes, but she wanted to stay a little longer.
That has totally gone out of focus. We gonna roll with it. It went out of focus. We gonna roll with it. That's all right.
No, that's weird as fuck.
Since we talked about haunted dolls.
Okay, there we go. This doll wasn't listed as haunted. It was just a... there's a specific word for when they start to crack, like they're paint and varnished.
It's just aged. And we actually...
It's composition.
I have no idea how long it was out of focus. Not that it matters with us. It was just weird.
Yeah. But no, there was... Not all of them died of tragedy. Some of them just died of natural causes. One died because of a spider bite. That's not tragedy.
That's pretty tragic. That's pretty tragic.
That's not the most horrific thing that could have happened to someone.
There's a difference between that and, there's
getting their head chopped off
of tragedy,
something.
Yes.
But anyway, the grandma goes, no, she just wanted to, stick around a little longer. She lived a fairly normal life. Yeah.
Yeah, some of this stuff, now, I have told Kid before when he has been showing me some of these, I'm like...
She can usually read the energy, but there was this one doll that was listed as a haunted doll, but I had a visceral reaction to her. It wasn't her face wasn't creepy. It was just like, no. I don't want this thing.
A lot of this looks like people have gone to a flea market or yard sales or something and bought up any kind of random raggedy looking doll that they possibly could have taken a picture of it, made up a story, and are waiting for somebody to pay them whatever nominal fee to,
Some of them do, but that's why you look for the ones that actually have evidence, such as EMF readers, spirit boxes.
Now how are you going to
EVP
prove
recorders.
that on eBay?
You link the videos to it.
Now, do you know how easily any of that stuff could be faked? Seriously.
Anything can be faked. So you're wanting to be one of those skeptics right now.
I am. Because while I do believe that haunted objects exist, do I think that there would be that many of them where they would have those listings as many as there are on eBay? No, I don't believe that that's real. And as far as Grandma goes, wanting just to hang out on this planet when she could go to another sphere, no, that's not usually how that works.
Not usually, but there are cases of spirits just being like, no.
Not usually.
Hence the term not usually, but there are some cases.
He's going to argue with me. He will.
I'm not saying all.
It's one of those things, and especially with these children that are supposedly the children spirits. Now, I've got my own beliefs on those things. I think that as far as a child spirit being trapped in this plane, that would be a rare thing. I think a lot of times when those hauntings do occur, it's more of a replay of events that happened, not the spirit itself. I also understand that there are demonic and or unclean spirits that very much will pretend to be children.
Yes.
That's common.
Yes, I do agree with that.
So,
But it does happen. Some children are they don't realize that they're dead. So they're sort of just stuck.
Some
people that die of tragedy don't realize that they're dead, so once again, they're just stuck.
It depends on the circumstances, and this is you can't say any and all. But the cases as far as children, and the reason being that they are children.
Mm-hmm.
And they are held to a different standard than adults. Both in this plane and in the one that comes next.
Adult spirits get stuck too.
That's what I'm saying. That's not, when you hear these stories of people out in the woods, they're hearing an infant crying and stuff like that. Usually that is some kind of a demonic and or something you don't want to get near, trying to lure somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And they use, that protective nature in most people to help, kids, to protect kids. And so that's one of the ways that they do that, especially for females.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as babies being stuck on this plane because they didn't know that they were dead, no, I do not believe that. Now you can argue with me. You go right on with your bad self.
I ain't saying anything, but I agree? No.
You don't have to agree.
Now, as far as actual babies, no, those ain't going to be stuck. Those automatically go up to heaven. Now, as far as children from the ages of 10, even teens.
Well, no, teens, that's different.
Maybe, I would say even 6 to 7, all the way up to that.
Age of accountability is 13. Yep. And so it is a matter after that, then these people are responsible for their own choices. That's how that is. That is, there are spiritual laws. Just like there's earthly laws, there are spiritual laws.
Mm.
Don't argue with me, argue with God. So I think that where there are some reports about kids haunting things, I still have always questioned, is that truly the spirit of a child, or is that a demonic something that's pretending to be a child?
Right. I do think that there are some children that get sort of stuck or trapped. But,
By whom and by what?
Some sort of entity, some sort of they potentially got scared by something, so they decided to attach themselves to a certain object.
Well, that's one of those, even as far as the paranormal investigators and stuff like that, a lot of these people don't know what they're dealing with. They really don't. As far as a child's spirit being, having to be led into the light, I thoroughly believe that those children they have guides that are there. And to sit there and go, yes, you've got a spiritual guide or you've got an angel or something. They drop the ball. Now, I'd be hard pressed to cry foul on a being like that.
What about the children that are evil?
There are children who do horrible things. I would have to know the circumstances. Do I believe that there are children that are born evil? I don't. I believe that they may become possessed. They may have circumstances where they allow themselves to be turned over to evil. But I do not believe that there is any child that is born evil. I don't.
All right.
So, now if they lizard people, we're talking about actual humans. The lizard people, that's a different thing. As far as the reptilians, they got their own agenda on that stuff.
Well, personally, when I die, I'm going to stick myself to an object.
Why would you do that?
For shits and giggles.
I know.
I'm going to stick myself to an object. Hell yeah. I know exactly which one I want to be like.
No, it's one of those that's like, no, I'm out of here. What are you going to do? Stick yourself to a bag of Cheetos or what?
No, I'm going to stick myself to something that I like other than a bag of Cheetos.
I mean, and
I'm going to stick myself to one of my dolls or something just to be like, hi. I'm going to stick around for a little bit, and then all of a sudden I'm going to be like, okay, I'm done. Y'all have fun.
I don't know that we have those options.
You don't know that? You don't know that?
Well, it's one of those, I don't remember.
We don't know what happens
saying,
until we die.
Hey, well, that's the reason you study near-death experiences. Talk to the people that have been there and then come back.
But all of them differ.
They do. But I don't remember anybody saying, I was given the option whether to hang out here a while longer. I don't know, in some ways that's like saying, yes, I'm going to go and spend the next 12 years round about the porta potty. Why would you want to do that? If there is an existence...
Scare the shit out of something.
That is greater than this plane that we're on, especially in this period of time, I don't think there's many people going to be going, yeah, I'm just going to hang out here a little while longer.
I would gladly stick around and spook people. Gladly. I want to be able to throw pots and pans and pick stuff up without people seeing me.
Oh, there's so much stuff going on. I don't know anybody paying any attention to it.
I would gladly slam doors, open drawers. I would be that Aries ghost, be like, all the cabinets need to be opened right now. All the dressers need to be opened right now.
Yeah, no. We have cats.
I would be a poltergeist.
People would think it was just another cat.
Opening the cabinets on the very top?
Well, I don't know. Ours do that on the bottom. They drag stuff out of
stuff. But they can't reach the top?
Not yet.
Unless they sprout like stilts or something out of their legs.
I think that if they could carry the step stool, that they would certainly be up there doing that. I can see that happening now. So, anything else?
Hilo is not going to carry his chungus butt up there.
No, but they would put Voodoo up to it. She would do it in a heartbeat. She'd be hanging off of the pull chains.
She's the only one who got onto my dresser and then my entertainment center to get my food. She licked my food.
She did that with mine yesterday. She didn't actually had my sandwich. It was just the plate. And I'm like, she honestly is so quiet. You don't know she's there.
Until she's not.
And it's crazy.
Right now she's being good. She's sleeping over there on that pile of gutted cushions.
So with this video, you can understand we don't always agree on everything. And that's okay. And this is why your input is valuable to us. Also, what do you think? Have you had experiences with any of the haunted objects or the haunted dolls? If you want to discuss as far as children's spirits, earthbound spirits, things like that, we're open to debate. Mm-hmm. As long as it's, respectful.
Yeah.
We don't call you ugly names. Don't be calling us no ugly names. So, yeah. And it's okay to disagree. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's how we do.
Yeah, so, but like some of the evidence though, like some of the equipment that is out now for ghost hunting, it is very hard to fake. Very difficult to fake evidence with some of that stuff.
Well, I'm just saying, if somebody makes a video of a product and they're saying, oh, this is haunted, if it were that, if the paranormal activity was that great around it, they would probably be calling somebody like Zach, Bagans or somebody like that.
No, not all the time, unless like it's a truly horrific something. But
to have something like that and just go, oh, I'm going to randomly sell this.
Yeah. People actually do that. And people actually buy the random things and like, oh yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. It's like the Dybbuk box. A lot of times these people... They have no clue what they're asking for.
Yeah, that's an object you do not fuck with. Right. That is absolutely an object you do not fuck with. But a lot of people sell fake ones on there too. So,
well, sure.
But
it's like any type of object that somebody says that a spirit is attached to it, I would be very dubious. Well, because first of all, I mean, who wants to bring something unknown like that into your house?
Me.
Now that is asking for trouble. Yes, but you've done some really stupid things on stuff like that.
I have not.
Stuff that I'm sitting there going, you are not. Take that down to your father's. You are not bringing that in the house.
I bought him. I bought Helena.
That's not,
And you have this weird attachment to Helena.
I do.
What do you do?
I don't know whether we're still recording or not.
We are.
It says to change the battery pack, so that means wind it up.
Yep.
If you've got experiences with the paranormal, supernatural encounters, UFOs, aliens, cryptids, UFOs, we have had our own weirdness shooting this.
Yeah, the battery just drained.
It did. When I started out, it said I had 122 minutes. Mm-hmm. And then we had been, 20-some minutes?
Yeah.
And the little warning, the little red thing We were trying to wind it up. We'll probably play that part. I don't know.
Oh, we will.
And then it just was gone.
Yeah. And I just smudged the house too earlier, so.
Now, as far as the blurry part, that very well could have been because it had a little bit of an edit. Sometimes if we have to cough or sneeze or something like that, if we can catch it, I will try to edit that out. But
yeah.
But we do have weirdness from time to time with batteries and such. And the little guy that's in the background, that was one of Kid's collections.
He wasn't listed. He was just listed as a composition doll, which those of you who do not know, which is probably the majority, composition is literally a mixture of sawdust and glue, and it's coated in a lacquer and paint. Hence the cracking of the face, because that over time that just sort of naturally wears down.
I love the quality of that.
Oh, I do too. That's why I got him. I hate that I burnt his butt, but
Yeah, a kid had him sitting on a light or something.
I had him sitting on this lamp. It wasn't an LED bulb. It was one of those actual bulbs that has like the filament in it that gets like super fucking hot. And I was like, what the fuck smells like burning? Then I go over to him and I'm like, oh shit, you're smoking. So I lift him up and I look down and I'm like, oh, you got a burnt butt. You look like you sat in shit.
So this is
you got a burnt butt now. I'm sorry, my dude.
This is why a little guy sits here in the living room with Helena.
Yeah, because he's not going to be in my room for a while.
No, but as far as any of the ones that we've got, as far as them being haunted, no. I really do try to check the stuff that Kid brings in here. And he has brought things in here before that I'm like, no.
That's when I'm like, what have I brought? Because you had the same reaction to the dummy, but that's just because you don't like dummies.
No, that was just creepy. But now, as far as the Ouija board thing, no. Nope.
That's because you have this weirdness about them.
It is a doorway.
Only if it's used and it has been used.
You want to argue with this stuff, and I will put my personal experience and the years of it against your theory any day.
Just having a Ouija board is not enough to open a portal. You have to actually use it.
Yes and no. You can, that's what I'm saying. You have to be careful. Even you can have stuff on TV where somebody's saying some incantation or crap like that.
Yeah.
You're not even the one. You got 2 or 3 things going at the same time. Most time you don't even know what's going on and what's saying what. Now, do I believe that somebody could have opened a portal or opened a portal around you in a heartbeat? You are not observant.
Believe it or not, I am observant.
So this is why it is a matter of being diligent with these things. And for those of us that have had, forces of evil that we've unfortunately made either life decisions or whatever happened and we've had to deal with these things in reality, do not borrow trouble. Do not go out here and buy some kind of something touted as a haunted object. Be careful when you go to flea markets. Be careful when you go to antique stores and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, even regular Barbies can be haunted. Seriously.
Well, that wouldn't surprise me if somebody in a factory sitting there putting, casting spells on some of that stuff.
They could, have got punctured somehow. Because those need... They're called, dollies or something like that. I don't remember the exact... It's a rooting machine. Where you have to put the plastic the doll head on it, and you sort of have to turn it, and it's basically like this huge open sewing machine.
Yeah.
And it roots the synthetic fibers into the doll. So, someone could have, punctured their thumb and the blood got on the doll somehow. And maybe that's a possibility. Or, someone died tragically.
Well, no, the dying tragically during the manufacturing process, that could be. But as far as just the blood itself, no, that has to be combined with intention. Other than that, you just have to worry about, possible communicable diseases.
Or it could have just simply been someone died in their house and the doll was right there with them when they died.
Well, it's not like you have to burn everything when somebody dies. You don't. It depends on the individual, that type of thing. Just be spiritually aware when you buy used objects. That includes going to the Salvation Army and stuff.
I have a coat that I got that was from a dead person.
And it's okay.
Yeah.
Because they weren't using it anymore.
No, and I really enjoy that coat.
Yeah. So why not let the living enjoy that? It's, don't store up your treasures here on earth. But be aware. And don't go look. If you want a supernatural or a paranormal experience, don't buy some stuff off eBay or whatever. Be careful where you go. Be careful what you're asking to experience, because it may manifest in a way that you have no understanding of and is not what you wanted. And no, we did not conjure demons. That is not what happened.
No.
But we will tell you that child abuse, can that open a crack to where a person can become, have an attachment or become possessed? Absolutely. We've seen it. Still dealing with it. Mm-hmm. Prayers are always appreciated. So let's try it again. If you've had experiences with paranormal, supernatural encounters with UFOs, aliens, cryptids, haunted items, dolls, if you want to debate whether or not that they, the babies, the small children spirits can remain earthbound. If you've got local, regional, family myths or legends, send us an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com, and the email address will be in the description box so that you don't have to try to remember it at one time. Thank you all for pondering great ponderings, sharing coffee, sharing debates, and know that you're loved.
And if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe and click that notification button for daily notifications of our daily uploads. Thank you all, and have a good and eat a lovely cake.
And hopefully there will be something salvageable from this video.
Yeah.
Let's hope so.
Cross our fingers.
We'll see you on the next cup. Bye.
Bye.